What's up guys, Dave Lipson here, and today I'm going to take you through a full depletion workout from our Thunder Bro 30-day shred challenge. So depletion workouts are great for helping you reduce body fat and bring out muscular definition. What they are is short, 15 to 30 minute, high rep, lightweight workouts. What we're trying to do is deplete your muscles' glycogen. This is great for tapping into the fat stores, but it's also anabolic to help you hold on to preserve and even grow some muscle as you cut down. One of the secrets of our patented formula. So these depletion workouts are best done in a fasted state. Maybe first thing in the morning after you wake up with some branched chain amino acids or EAAs, and even an optional thermogenic pill to enhance the effects of your ability to tap into muscle glycogen. The workouts are designed to help you work in fast glycolysis, which means you're utilizing your body's blood sugar and stored energy to perform the work. So by going into these workouts fasted, you're able to tap into those energy stores and fat stores and adipose tissue more effectively to be able to cut down body fat. Things like EAA plus hydration or Lipo-6 are great ways to increase your metabolism, your core temperature, burn more calories, and even stimulate hormones like glucagon, which are great for mobilizing stored energy so you can get lean as hell while you stay muscular. So I'm going to take you through a sample depletion workout that's going to be an upper body based depletion day. We're going to do a lot of pushing and pulling, back, chest, shoulder, bicep, and tricep work. Now I'm also going to show you lots of options depending on what equipment you have. I'm going to show you options you can do in a club gym on machines. I'm going to show you options that you can do with just some dumbbells and some bands. And I'm going to show you some bodyweight options if you have no equipment to speak of. So we're going to start with exercise selection. We're going to begin the depletion workout with some compound vertical pulling. So this could be something like a lat pull down, it could be a pull up, or even a banded pull down with a PVC pipe. Let me show you what this looks like. So the idea with all this stuff is that you're keeping your heart rate high and the reps coming hard and fast. So we're going to start with 20 lat pull downs, and then after your 20, you're going to perform 10 seconds of rest. That's not a lot of time, just kind of enough time to shake your arms out, reset your grip, and go again. You're gonna go 5 sets there, 20 reps on, 10 seconds off for a grand total of 100 reps. Now here's how you can do this with a lat pull down using a band. So you're gonna take your thick Thunder band and you can use something like a PVC pipe, or here what I'm using is what I call the bamboo bar, so a really light bar. And we can just sit on the ground if you don't have a lat pull down machine and essentially perform the same movement. So you go down on the ground, make sure you've got a moderate amount of tension. And your last option, if you don't have literally any of these machines or equipment at all, could be something like either a pull-up using band assistance, so you can get those 20 nice and easy, or even a jumping pull-up. That looks something like this. You're gonna put your hands slightly outside your shoulders, bend your knees a little bit, and then just jump and pull. So that's exercise number 1, lat pull down. We're gonna keep our heart rate up and hustle up to the next movement, which is gonna be a compound sagittal press. Maybe like a bench press or a push-up or something totally technical. So we hit our 5x20 vertical pulls, our heart rate's still high, we're gonna go right to some sagittal pressing. All that means is you're gonna press over your chest line. So I'm gonna start here on the machine and show you what this looks like. Same formula, 5x20 reps with only 10 seconds rest. So you notice with all the movements, the reps are coming pretty fast. The idea is pushing blood into the muscle to create a little metabolic stress. What that means is you've got the buildup of hydrogen and lactate, kind of gives you that burning, pumped out feeling. That's where we want to be for all of these. And sometimes it's a bit compounding, right? Maybe the first set's a bit easier, but as you get to set 3, 4, and 5, it gets harder and harder because you're never working to a full recovery. Make sure that you pick weights that are light enough to keep the reps fast and unbroken. You notice This isn't super hard or high intensity. I can have a conversation with you as I'm doing this, but as time goes by, just get a little bit more and more out of breath, and I certainly gotta shake my arms out in between those sets to be able to get them all unbroken. So if you don't have a ball or power tech chest press machine like that and you're working with just some basic equipment, that's totally fine. You can do something like either an incline or flat dumbbell chest press. Same deal, pick weights you can get 20 unbroken and recover with just that 10 seconds of short rest. So if you're dealing with now like no equipment, right, you'll do a push-up on the ground for your sagittal pressing. If you're super strong, got a lot of capacity, you could turn that into a banded push-up. So the band's gonna go around your back, right over the top of your tricep, and you'll perform your 20 reps right here. Now, most people are not superhuman to only do sets of 20 unbroken with 10 seconds rest. So you might go to the regular traditional pull-up. And even if that's too hard, you can easily scale this to the knees, doing a push-up. The only thing you want to keep in mind here is that your knee, hip, and shoulder stay in line, and you're not doing things like breaking at the hip as you do these. But again, same idea. Nice fast reps, pushing blood for the sake of this exercise into the chest, into the triceps, into the shoulders. So now we're gonna go back to some compound pulling, but this is gonna be for the lower lat. So instead of a vertical pull, this is gonna be a sagittal pull. I'm gonna show you how to do this on the low cable row. You can also do it with the chest supported row or even a banded row. But one of the things you're seeing here is the alternating complementary movements of pushing and pulling. What this does is it allows you to kind of continue to move hard and fast without too much localized fatigue where reps start becoming slow or you require more rest. The whole idea with this is hard work for 15 to 30 minutes continuous with the high heart rate while you're pushing blood into muscle. So most people have access to this machine at their local gym, but not everybody does it right. So let's just go over some common points here. First, you want to have your back nice and straight. You want to make sure that as you row, you're not rowing up too high, but you're trying to row closer to the hip. And as you get these reps going, you can pump them hard and fast and just get a good squeeze at the end of each rep. I'm just thinking about driving my elbows back and down, keeping my chest up nice and proud, and feeling the lower lat squeeze every rep. So if you don't have that super cool cable low row machine, you can easily recreate this with a chest supported row. You'll need a bench. Now if you don't have an adjustable bench, you can just prop your bench up on some boxes or some plates, and you're gonna do the same deal, 5x20 with 10-second rests of chest supported rows. So when I set myself up for this, what I like to think about is each rep arching my back. Because I'm supported from the chest, it allows me to get a little extra range of motion from the spine pretty safely. Again, same kind of idea where I'm trying to push back with my elbows, row a little bit lower towards the hip, and get a good squeeze through the middle lower back. 10 seconds rest. It's enough for me to shake it out. Take a breath. And then right back on it. So you see, ain't no time for lollygagging when you're doing these depletion workouts. So if you're dealing with nearly no equipment at all, you could just take something like this yellow light thunder band, place it around any kind of upright rack, even stick it through a door. And you're gonna bend your knees slightly and perform the same kind of low rows. 5x20, 10 seconds rest, swollen puppy. So now we're gonna go to another complementary movement, moving off of the cable low row, which is gonna be a seated shoulder overhead press. Now, I'm gonna show you some stuff on the machine, seated with dumbbells and even with bands. You kind of see how we're hitting both pushing and pulling, alternating back and forth, while hitting different angles of those functions to be able to maximize the amount of muscle we're getting to. 5x20, let's press it out. As you guys do these, you don't need to lock your arms out all the way. The idea is really just pumping blood into the shoulders. So I want you to really focus, especially on the bottom range, just kind of feeling a good stretch and tension through there. Notice how I kind of control it a little bit more on the way down That's giving me a bit of a negative. Also making sure that I'm staying in good, strong, and safe positions as I perform these. So the minimal equipment version of this on the shoulder press machine is going to be just some seated dumbbell overhead presses. So as you do these, notice the weight's really light. I like to get a little bit more range of motion by turning my hands into my chest and almost getting a little bit of an Arnold press in as they rotate in and out. Again, like a little bit more range of motion as that muscle stretches is only going to help pump a little bit more blood into it. And then the unweighted version of this exercise could be something like a banded overhead press with your light yellow thunder bands. You're just going to step on the band, bring it up to the shoulders, elbows are going to go inside the band, and you're going to get your 20 overhead presses right here. I'll show you something on the side. All right, so we hit our big 4 pushing and pulling compound moves, which means now we're gonna go to some smaller ancillary muscle groups, like pumping out your biceps and triceps. So we're gonna start here on the cable curl machine. I like to do this one with the W bar, but you can also do it with a V handle, with a rope, or even with the straight bar. So as you set up for this, nice and light on here. When you're doing the curls, what I want you to think about is getting your chest over your hands. So notice how I'm a little bit bent to the waist. This is because I don't want to create too much momentum, so I want to kind of keep my angle right there and stay right on the bicep for these 20. Again, these reps, they're coming in nice and fast, a little bit slower and smoother on the way down, but overall, we're just pumping. We're pumping our guns, getting an awesome bicep pump in for 20 reps, 10 seconds rest, 5 sets of these cable curls. So the minimal equipment version of this cable curl is going to be either double arm dumbbell or straight bar curls. Same idea, you're going to go palms facing up, hinge at the hip just a little, and stay right in there for your sets of 20. Notice how the weight is still nice and light. What you don't see me doing is this. That's not what I want. I want you to just stay on your bicep, pump your bicep. If the weight is too heavy, just drop it down. But make sure the reps are coming in hard and fast, that you're getting everything unbroken, still observing that 10-second rest period. And then here's your last version. If you don't have any weight, you're just gonna step on your light thunder band. These are actually gonna be the same thing. There's not gonna be hammer curls, but as you curl, I want you to take your pinky and turn it towards you. So I'm not just coming up, but what I wanna do is take my hand and turn the thumb out, turn the pinky in, so I'm staying on the inner half of the bicep as I do these for 20. Okay, so we're gonna stay on the same cable, but we're gonna move now the cable up nice and high. We're gonna move to the tricep rope attachment. Same deal, short rest and short transition in here, 5 by 20. Notice when I do these, I'm trying to do a couple things with this. Number one, the only joint that's moving should be the elbow. So I'm not moving at the shoulder. Right? This isn't a lat movement, but it's right on the tricep. Number two, notice the range of motion. I try to get nice and deep and flex my elbow so I get a lengthening of the tricep. And as I come down, I'm going to separate my hands to get good extension and activation. So notice how that rope is separating at the bottom as I do these. You can play around with the angle of these. You can do them more upright. You can do them more with your chest leaned over, or even way back. I recommend just playing around with it. Hit some different angles there. Again, 5 by 20. If you don't have the cool cable machine and we're just dealing with some minimal equipment, we can do these as weighted tricep kickbacks as well. Okay, so on these guys with minimal equipment, we're gonna do our tricep exercise as a weighted tricep kickback. So 30-degree bench. You have an adjustable one, that's great, but if not, just prop your bench up on some boxes or plates to create that angle. Same setup as the chest supported row. In fact, the first half of this movement is a chest supported row to get your elbows all the way back, and then you're just going to only, working from the elbow, extend your arms and back down. Now another option for you as a tricep exercise can be something as simple as a bench dip. So same idea, we're still hitting the same heads of the tricep. You're gonna sit on your bench, hands at your sides. You can walk your feet out nice and straight, and you're gonna come down nice and deep, all the way back up. If you wanna make this easier, You can walk your feet farther underneath you. If you want to make it harder, you can walk them farther forward, or even prop your feet up on a box or a bench to get a lot of load. So our last movement brings us to a grand total of 700 reps in this short 15 to 20 minute workout is going to be cable high pulls. Now in this one, guys, what we're working the shoulders, the traps, the biceps. Really great just in general for shoulder prehab to end on a high note to get a sweet pump before you leave the gym. Here's how this one works. So you're gonna set up, I like to use the tricep rope on this guy. Lean back just a little bit so you have room to kind of clear yourself as you're not gonna be directly over the cable. So you're actually gonna wanna match that angle with your body. And as you come up, you're just gonna start by shrugging and pulling your elbows high and outside your hands. Right here, nice and smooth. Try to think about finishing with your shoulders back and a nice big proud chest as you do these. I actually love this same exercise with dumbbells if you're dealing with limited or little equipment. So on this guy, what I want you to do is just hinge forward a little bit to give yourself a clear path to pull those bells, and then you're gonna come straight up. And notice, I'm not really using my hip too much, but it's just to keep things smooth and balanced. 5 by 20, 10 seconds rest, lots of pump, heart rate high. Ooh, and you should feel like at the end of each one of these sets, your muscles are really starting to just burn a little bit. That's telling you that you're getting that metabolic stress in there, kind of getting the buildup of the hydrogen and lactate, to get your pump on, to get swoley swole, and to get lean as hell. So the last option here is gonna be just with the band alone. So you take your yellow light thunder band, step on top of it, and same kind of plane of movement, pulling your elbows high and outside your hands. You're gonna get up to chin height, or just elbows to chin height, really. Again, think about, like, as you look at me from the side, look at how each rep, my shoulders are finishing back, and my chest is nice and tall and proud. Not here, but here. So try out some of these depletion workouts if you're looking to cut down some body fat. Like I said, they're all part of our 30-day shred program, which is a more comprehensive plan in which we utilize workouts like this along with hypertrophy workouts to help you build muscle and lose fat simultaneously. You can also use workouts like this for regeneration or recovery, getting some good light movement in to push blood around and help your body heal. Remember, work hard, have fun, and bring thunder.